keeping you busy?
My name is Mohammed Ahil and I am working under Chapter since 2015. I want to explore the concept of mindset. I mean, fixed versus growth
Ah,
on social media platform.
gotcha. Well, so you're thinking about into fixed versus growth mindset or platform. Interesting. It's a good topic. We'll get stuck in that fixed mindset. What specifically about it are you going to explore? Just the basic definitions, or are you thinking about how to practically apply it to, say, overcoming creative blocks or handling criticism online?
What is the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset in simple terms?
Okay, simple terms. A fixed mindset is basically believing your qualities, like intelligence or talent, are pretty much set in stone. If you're good at something, great, but if you struggle, well, that just means you're not naturally gifted at it. A growth mindset, though, is believing those qualities can develop through dedication and hard work. Struggle isn't proof you lack ability, it's an opportunity to get better. It's less about can I do this and more about how can I learn to do this. Does that make sense? It sounds simple when I say it like that, but it's surprisingly easy to fall into the fixed mindset trap.
How do these two mindsets shape the way we think, we learn, and respond to challenges?
Good question. They really shape everything. With a fixed mindset, challenges are you avoid them because you don't want to fail and expose your perceived lack of ability. Effort feels pointless. If you're truly talented, it shouldn't take much work. Criticism is devastating, seen as a personal attack. And the success of others feels threatening. A growth mindset flips that. Challenges are exciting, they're how you stretch and learn. Effort is the path to mastery. Criticism is helpful feedback, and the success of others is inspiring. It's a totally different way of seeing the world. It's not about being Pollyannish, it's about seeing setbacks as temporary and surmountable.
What beliefs define a growth mindset?
Okay, so stripping it down to core beliefs. A growth mindset really centers around a few key things. First, a belief that intelligence and abilities aren't fixed, but can be developed. Second, the idea that effort is a crucial part of that development, not a sign of lacking talent. Third, seeing failures as opportunities to learn and improve, not as evidence of inadequacy. And finally, a willingness to embrace challenges, even if they're difficult. It's about valuing the process of learning over just achieving the outcome. It's a pretty optimistic outlook, honestly, but it's based on neuroscience, not just wishful thinking.
Are they essential for success?
Essential might be a strong word, but they're definitely a huge factor. See, success isn't usually about being naturally brilliant at something. It's about persistence, resilience, and adapting to change. All things a growth mindset fosters. If you believe your abilities are fixed, you'll eventually hit a wall. A growth mindset allows you to keep learning, keep improving, and keep pushing through obstacles. It's also about being more innovative. If you're not afraid to fail, you're more likely to try new things. Plus, people with growth mindsets tend to be motivated and engaged, which, just generally leads to better results. It's less about innate talent and more about consistent effort and a willingness to learn. Does that land?
What benefits come from adopting a growth mindset in work, relationship, as well as personal life?
Oh, plenty. At work, a growth mindset can mean you're more open to feedback, more willing to take on new challenges, and generally a more valuable team player. It can help you navigate office politics too, less getting defensive, more seeing things as learning opportunities. In personal relationships, it's huge. It fosters empathy. You're more likely to see where someone else is coming from rather than judging them. It also makes you more resilient in the face of conflict. You see disagreements as opportunities to understand each other better, not as personal attacks. And honestly, it just makes you a more interesting, engaging person to be around. It's about continuous improvement, not just in yourself, but in your relationships too. So win-win, really.
How can someone identify whether they have a fixed mindset in certain areas of their life?
Right, exactly. It's rarely all or nothing. You can have a growth mindset in some areas and a fixed one in others. Some telltale signs of a fixed mindset are avoiding challenges, getting defensive when criticized, feeling threatened by the success of others, believing talent is innate and unchangeable, giving up easily when things get difficult, and seeing effort as fruitless. Do any of those resonate with you or with situations you've observed? It's not about judging yourself, just recognizing patterns. Also, pay attention to your internal dialogue. Do you find yourself saying things like, I'm just not good at this, or I'll never be able to do that? Little clues.
What are the most common signs or behaviors that show someone is stuck in a fixed mindset?
Okay, so consistently avoiding challenges is a big one. Sticking you already know feels safe. Then there's a tendency to take them personally, like it's an attack on your character rather than on your work. You'll also see a lot of defensiveness, making excuses or blaming others when things go wrong. Another sign is comfort with failure or a tendency to downplay or hide mistakes. They might also have a habit of comparing themselves to others and feeling inadequate or getting jealous of other people's successes. And often they'll believe that talent is more important than effort, or that if you're truly good at something, it shouldn't take hard work. Often subtle, but those patterns add up.
So, how can someone gradually shift from a fixed to growth mindset?
All right, so shifting gears. It's not a flip of a switch, it's like retraining your brain. First, acknowledge your fixed mindset triggers. What situations or topics make you feel avoidant? Awareness is the first step. Then, start embracing challenges. Pick something small, something low, and intentionally step outside your comfort zone. When you fail, and you will, focus on what you learned, not on the failure itself. Reframe. Replace I can't do this with I can't do this yet. Pay attention to your self-talk and challenge those negative thought patterns. And finally, celebrate effort and progress, not just outcomes. It's about valuing the journey, not just the destination. Start small, be patient with yourself, and focus on constant practice. It takes time, but it's definitely possible.
So, how can parents, teachers, encourage a growth mindset in others?
That's a really important question. For band teachers, it's about praising effort and strategy, not just intelligence or talent. Instead of saying, you're so smart, say, you worked really hard on that, or I like how you approached that problem. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Also, create a safe environment where mistakes are seen as learning opportunities, not something to be punished. Encourage risk-taking and challenge-seeking. Leaders can do similar things, emphasize learning and development, provide opportunities for growth, and be open to feedback. They can also model a growth mindset themselves, admitting mistakes and demonstrating a willingness to learn. It's about creating a culture that values continuous improvement and celebrates effort, not just achievement. It's about shifting the focus from improving yourself to improving yourself. Does that make sense?
So, how does surrounding yourself with the right people influence your mind?
Oh, huge influence, honestly. Really are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by people with fixed mindsets, constantly making excuses or putting others down, it's going to be a lot harder to cultivate your own growth mindset. On the other hand, Being around people who are curious, resilient, and open to learning is incredibly inspiring and empowering. They'll challenge you to grow, support your efforts, and celebrate your progress. It's about finding people who believe in your potential and encourage you to push yourself. Not just people who tell you you're great, but people who will tell you where you can improve and
Nice
mean
one.
it in a constructive way.
Okay.
It's less about avoiding negative people and more about proactively seeking out those who embody the mindset you want to cultivate.
Okay, thanks for motivating. But I'll be
Anytime.
right back with another topic. Bye for now.
Oh, all right. Glad I could help a little. Talk to you soon then. Have a good one.